Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel GMB Show. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. On Thursday's installment of The Chase, ITV host Bradley Walsh welcomed a fresh batch of contestants, all hopeful to walk away with some cash. The Chase viewers were left distracted during the latest episode of the ITV show as they were quick to highlight an uncanny resemblance between one player and a soap legend. As the episode kicked off, Bradley Walsh introduced the first player, Stuart, to the cash-building round. However, as the 43-year-old explained his career and life in the Southwest, people watching flocked to Twitter to mention his likeliness to actor Sean Wilson, who played Martin Platt in Coronation Street. One person joked, "Wasn't he married to Gail and Corrie?" Another commented, "Martin Platt in Seat 1, #The Chase." Highlighting the resemblance, someone else tweeted, "Martin Platt from Corrie." Another fan commented, "Martin Platt." Agreeing, someone else replied, "Yes, that's the one, thank you. Was racking my brain for it." However, other viewers believed he also looked like another well-known face, as someone else tweeted, "He looks slightly like Martin Freeman." Sadly, Stuart was caught by the chaser, with fellow contestants Lottie and Steve following in his footsteps. In the end, it was only Victoria who made it through to the final chase, with a total of £1,000 in the prize pot. Being given 2 minutes on the clock and a one-step head start, she managed to set a target of 14 for Paul Sinha to try and beat. Touching on her score, host Bradley said, "That's brilliant. Brilliant, well played. I think you knew another 3 or 4 of those. Really good single player." Thrilled with her score, it seemed as though Paul was also impressed, as he instantly applauded her. He said, "Brilliant, Victoria, you played the perfect game. You kept calm, you listened to the questions, and you got the ones you knew, and now you've hit a total that I've lost to a few times over the years." In the end, the 23-year-old was no match for the quizzer, as he caught their score with 29 seconds left on the clock. Sometimes, the chase isn't just about the questions, the clock, or even the chaser. Sometimes, it's about those moments that make you lean forward, rub your eyes, and ask yourself, "Hang on, haven't I seen that face before?" Well, that's exactly what happened in a recent episode, when one contestant's uncanny resemblance to a Coronation Street legend left fans completely distracted and the internet buzzing. As the cameras rolled and the first contestant stepped up to take on the cash builder, social media lit up almost instantly. Viewers couldn't focus on the questions because they were convinced they were staring at a long-lost twin of a Corrie favorite. The jawlines, the eyes, even the expressions, it was almost as if Weatherfield had sent someone straight onto the ITV quiz stage. Fans weren't whispering about strategy or scores. No, they were debating, is this a coincidence or are we watching a soap star in disguise? A cliffhanger, but which Corrie icon had people talking? Hold that thought. Now, Coronation Street has given us some of Britain's most unforgettable faces. Over decades, we've welcomed them into our living rooms as if they were neighbors. So, when this contestant appeared, bearing a striking likeness to a true icon, the comparisons came flooding in. Was it the cheeky smile reminiscent of Curly Watts? The stern but kind look that screamed Ken Barlow? Or maybe, just maybe, the unmistakable charm that reminded everyone of Jack Duckworth? The resemblance was so strong, people online were asking if ITV had planned it deliberately, a crossover between soaps and quiz shows? A cliffhanger, but was it just harmless fun, or did it actually affect the game? As the contestant played on, even Bradley Walsh couldn't help but crack a few knowing smiles. And if you know Bradley, you'll know he loves a good chuckle at the unexpected. The audience at home, though, were torn. Half were cheering on the quiz, while the other half couldn't shake the thought that they were watching Corrie royalty outwitting the chaser. Some even admitted on Twitter that they missed half the questions because they were too busy comparing photos. Imagine trying to build up cash when the entire nation is seeing double. A cliffhanger, but what happened next took the surprise to a whole new level. By the end of the round, the contestant wasn't just remembered for their look-alike status. They proved themselves under pressure, answering with confidence and charm. And here's the beauty of The Chase. It reminds us that ordinary people, everyday folks like you and me, can suddenly find themselves in extraordinary situations. One minute, you're being compared to a soap legend, the next, you're battling some of the greatest quiz brains in the country. It's a reminder of how television connects us all, not just through competition, but through those sparks of recognition, laughter, and joy. So, was this just a funny coincidence, or a sign that The Chase and Coronation Street share more than just ITV airtime? Either way, it gave us one of those magical moments where fans came together, smiling, reminiscing, and celebrating two great British institutions in one unforgettable evening. And who knows? Next time you tune in, the person stepping up to face the chaser might just remind you of someone else you thought you knew all too well. After all, on The Chase, expect the unexpected.